Jam Radio, it's your boy Tony G, Big Lou, the sports book every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock on KM Radio. Make sure you guys tune in. Lots to talk about. We got preseason football starts Thursday, Hall of Fame game. Lots going on in MLB. Got some football trades, retirements. Nothing as big as the Dodgers acquiring probably one of the top two pitchers in all the league.
Man,
Just really unbelievable that they put that deal together. Skubal is a bad man, and really they gave Detroit a lot, but not really because Skubal, as soon as the first thing he opens up in the next couple days, I would take him on his strikeouts because I think he'll be in a zone. He is a beast. He's in the running for the Cy Young. And they already have such a pitching staff already. I mean, they're stacked. They're stacked. And
oh yeah.
What's so funny is they could coast like they did last year, and if without using these guys, and then put them to the test in the playoffs, and save their arms. But LA's in the forerunner, that's for sure, for as far as winning the World Series. Right now, the hottest team in baseball is the Red Sox. I think they're 25-4 out of, in the last 30. So they're screaming back. But there's nobody. The American League just doesn't have with the National League. It just can't. It's just I don't know what's going on. A lot of people are comparing the Dodgers with when OKC put together a team with KD and all them. But like I said, next time he's on the mound, make sure you take him on his strikeouts, especially if you can get him at 7. Yeah, I mean, he's a beast. I mean, he really is a beast. Because I think they'll use him, see what they got. I mean, they know what they got, but I think they'll definitely let him, if he gets on a run, I think they definitely will definitely win some games with him. A friend of mine put together a parlay, baseball, 8 teams. I think they put 200 on it, paid 11,000.
Whoa. Good run.
Yeah. It's a lot to put on an 18 parlay, but I was like, holy. And they bet all the favorites. They just bet they bet 8 favorites.
Yeah.
Kept it simple.
Okay.
Checked who was pitching. Picked off, I think there was 12 games total that night. This was about 5 nights ago, and sent me over the winning ticket, and I was like, holy cow. So, yeah, kind of a crazy deal. But yeah, like I said, in the baseball, don't get hacked on that 1.5. That 1.5 could be something sometimes, because every game starts off either minus 1.5, plus 1.5. And boy, that hook gets a lot of people when it comes to baseball. There's absolutely no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because, like I said, that hook will get you every time. You get a game, it'll be, 5-4, 3-4, 7-6. Just I like a little bit of the overs. I definitely like the strikeouts. When the Yankees are hot, you can bet a lot of home runs. Right now, they're not hot, and everybody they got is definitely a lot of people are injured. Judges injured, name a few. But yeah, baseball is definitely can be a tricky bet. So then we also have the Hall game, the Hall of Fame game
All the playing
Thursday.
game. Yeah.
that we see. I don't know if we might see a starter for a series.
Maybe, maybe for a 4 down series, we might see a starter. Uh,
Yeah,
it's a good thing that it's I'm kind of glad to see that the Cardinals went ahead and kept Jacoby Brissett around
yeah.
as opposed to shipping him off. And now they can bring their future in because Jacoby, he's a good serviceable quarterback in between quarterbacks. He's not great.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's pretty good. He'll get you some wins, you know,
Yeah.
but he just hasn't maybe he hasn't had the opportunity or he just hasn't shown the he has flashes, but he hasn't shown that you can, win or go far with your team with his talent to play. But it is it's the Arizona Cardinals. So you have that whole dynamic. It just seems like he's a good serviceable quarterback to have until you get your franchise quarterback in. He's that buffer quarterback, maybe. But I'm glad
Well,
to see him
he
get
kind
that
of
starter
reminds me of
position
Fit.
there.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. He reminds me of Fitzpatrick. He's
There you go.
very
I,
Fitzpatrick like.
right. I was trying to find a quarterback in the league that he to compare him to where he's pretty good and he'll get you some wins and you hit it right on the head. He is a Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
He is a Fitzpatrick type of quarterback.
and the thing with Fitzpatrick was when he got on a little bit of a run, you you ride him, and then as soon as he derails, it's time to pull him off and put your other
Yeah.
guy in, and
Yeah.
give him a break because he's very streaky. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, very streaky, very streaky. So
Yeah.
you have to have someone to back up him. You got to have okay, we're going to ride him, and hopefully he goes on. Hopefully he does pretty good in I mean in Arizona. It's
Mm-hmm.
Arizona's another one of them teams. It's weird how they have talent, but nothing seems to come of it. I mean, like I said, they
Right.
had that.
Right.
Yeah, they had that one season. They were 10 or they like 10-3. He gets hurt, and they end up like 10-7. He comes back, playoffs come, they get smoked, and then really from there, that was like their pinnacle. That was
Mm-hmm.
it, and then it just kind
That
of
was
went
it.
down every year. More injuries, more people leaving, more
Mm-hmm.
disgruntled. And I won't
Yeah.
be surprised if Murray gets his starting position for a second.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
because here's the take. Uh, I think that I really felt like JJ probably needed to sit behind a veteran because it feels like to me he doesn't have enough time to grow. He didn't have enough time to grow into grow into a starting quarterback, especially in the NFL. Everything is faster. I'm not making
yeah,
excuses for the kid because when you're drafted that high, there's certain attributes that you need to already have, for them to give you that title. There's certain attributes that you need to, that you need to already have in your toolbox, to make that happen for you. The fact that you have to fight for your spot says a lot. But I just felt like maybe Minnesota should have kept Sam Bradford around.
I think. I mean, you talk about this all the time. I
Mm-hmm.
think everything is a situation. Um, Romo, Dak
Yep.
did well coming off. You know what I'm saying? That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Love, Rogers, they seem to do better coming up slow. Everybody, and then it depends on the system. It depends on, like Dak likes to throw the ball. they've always
Mhm.
managed to have some pretty good wide receivers. So kind of a good
Right.
fit. Rogers the same way. It's not for everybody. Everybody's in a different situation. Um, 24 months ago, we'll say 30 months ago, Sam Darnold would probably be on the list of busts.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And now he's
Especially,
got a he's
yeah,
got a
and I
ring
called him
now.
Bradford. Yeah. I
Oh
called him
yeah, yeah.
Bradford earlier, but I meant to say
It's
Donald.
okay. Yeah, yeah. But you know what I mean? Like it all depends on the situation that you're put in.
Mm-hmm.
If everything lines up just right. I mean, one thing that we've seen in the NFL, we've seen a lot of great quarterbacks that never won a Super Bowl. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
I
A
mean, just
lot.
the list. Yeah, the list is just unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Um, that never won a Super Bowl.
Mm-mm.
Some never even got close. Some were close. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, just saying all that, guys that got the chip. I mean, a lot of things. I mean, there's so many things that have to come together. How you fit in it, and I think Sam Darnold last year, to me, he fit in that system like a glove. The
Mm-hmm.
whole team presence was just the way they moved in this way, and he fit in it. And could every quarterback fit in that situation? No, it's just not like that. Um,
Right.
so saying that, I mean, I think you're right about JJ. I think you take it case by case situation. Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody's ready to be thrown into the league, um, or needs to be thrown into the league.
Right. Right. Right.
And I think when you look at Murray, there was flurries of greatness.
Yeah.
There were some flurries. I mean, there was a lot of bad stuff though. A lot of bad. Oh my God, you're just
Mm-hmm.
it's um so I think maybe Sam Darnold couldn't win in Minnesota. Maybe that wasn't the right setup. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of things that we can go back and forth on. Um don't know. Guess we'll never know. I mean, I think this year, I think Sam will have another good year. But what's crazy about Seattle is like I said, we always talk about this, keeping within people's strengths, staying away from
Yeah.
their weaknesses, capitalize on it instead of trying to push somebody to do something that they're not either good at or not comfortable. And I understand you got to do stuff that you're not comfortable with, but um, your timeline is very, very short in the NFL. And you were just made another comment. Uh, Tell us about Detroit. You think Detroit's about ready to implode?
Yeah. And I hate to say this because I was rooting for them. I really wanted
Yeah,
to see them. I really wanted to see them do great because they are another one of those historic franchises that have had hall of all kind of Hall of Famers throughout their program, but they just couldn't get there. With the
yeah.
Megatrons and the Barry Sanders and and
And the
now
Sims I mean, it goes on and
Sims.
on. Yeah, I mean, they have
Yeah,
had a lot of great running backs. They've had
they
some
had a
good
lot of great
quarterbacks. Yeah,
guys. But they just couldn't put it together. And now um which is supposed to be a good thing. It's supposed to be a good thing when your coordinators get head coaching jobs.
right,
That's supposed to be a good thing. But in the case of Detroit, the nucleus of the team, because Dan Campbell he's the seller. And then you got your offensive and your defensive coordinators that are the manufacturers.
right.
So now both your manufacturers have their own product now. So now you're the salesman that's got this product, and now you the guy, you're the ShamWow guy. You go in front of the camera and you make it all work. You go in front of the guys, you make it all glue together. But your manufacturers are gone now. So now it's just you and the product. So, can the coordinators that they got in there to replace the ones that left, can they bring them back to that? And especially when does Dan is he still like the main play caller there now, or did he return that over to his offensive? I'm not sure if he turned that over to his OC.
I think with him, I think he watches everything. I think he kind of he's got he knows the list, and I think they can call whatever play, but he knows the list of what's going to be
Hmm.
what the options are and choices are. I mean, last year, year before had so many injuries. Um,
Yeah, yeah, it was an
just
injury
just
situation.
bad luck. I mean, just a lot of bad luck. Um, and there's like this year, we'll find out about how good New England is. Trey May, we will find out, and a lot of people will
Hmm.
go, "Oh, you're just hating." I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep saying this. Your schedule, your schedule means a lot, and this year New England has
Hmm.
a very tough schedule. Just like we went over. Remember, we went over the Cowboys' schedule. They got a tough schedule.
Yes.
Cowboys
Hmm.
got a tough schedule. Um, so that being said, and I can't remember who had the easiest. I meant to tell you, I can't remember. Somebody has the easiest schedule, and they're predicting them to win, like 10 games.
Hmm.
But a lot has to do with your schedule, timing, when your break is. And this year we'll find out. Some people are saying Drake May is probably going to have a recession. You know what I mean? It's
Mm.
going to be,
Yeah.
and not that he's not going to be a good quarterback, but it's going to be the competition is definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a very straight line to the Super Bowl. Things just
Hmm.
worked out. And hey, man, you got to get there how you can get there. I get it.
Right.
But again, when the kickoff went off in the Super Bowl, it didn't take long to see they were outclassed. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were.
And yeah, they were outclassed, and there was just better players on that Seattle team. It was just better players. And although they gave us a good game, but you could clearly tell that Seattle was way better. Well, I ain't gonna say way better, but they were better, more experienced, more, so it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting
Oh,
to see, especially with all of the noise all off season that was going on over there in New England. So, but I know those outside distractions don't have nothing to do once practice start and once they get to playing football. But I do believe that, you know, that hovers over the team as far as like, okay, is coach gonna be here? What's going on with that? You
yeah.
know, it quiet down
But
a
like
lot,
you said,
but
New England, um, New England would up the pay for the coordinators to keep them, which
mm-hmm.
isn't which isn't a bad. I mean, if you want to keep them, I mean, I think that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And because there's been so many times we've seen, and it's funny because you'll see coordinators go and do well, and then you'll see other ones that flop. I mean, just
Yeah.
flop.
Yeah.
Just
It's like deer in headlights. They don't know what, because that's a lot when you have to manage the whole team. When you just got the
oh,
offense, you got your own room, you got your room with your people, you're familiar with your people. You're familiar with
correct,
the attitudes, you're familiar with the personalities on your
right,
side of the ball. But when you're
correct,
that head coach, it's all three: offense, defense, and special teams. So you
correct.
got all of that, and then you got to go to your personnel, and you got to learn the players. Players want to speak to coach. So now it's all aspects of the game that you have to be involved in, and the different personalities, different set of problems. Everything. So everything is multiple or is tripled. Where you only had one thing to worry about. Now it's the whole team. Plus, what's going on upstairs with contracts and this player's this, and you know, that's a lot. It's a lot.
No,
So that's why they get paid what they get paid, because that is a lot to organize.
and like I said, there's been some coordinators that look at Phillips. great defensive coordinator, great defensive coordinator. Just I don't know what it was. He just and another thing is everybody that ever speaks of him like a player that played for him, they love him. Nothing
Love
but
him to
nice
death.
things. Nothing, yeah,
Love him to
nothing but
death. Yeah.
yeah. I have a lot of respect for him. But hey, man, he got him a ring with Denver. Like I said, he's an unbelievable defensive-minded coach. Unbelievable,
Mhm.
and he did okay as head coach. Buffalo,
Yeah.
Dallas. I mean, he did okay, but
Hmm.
never not as good as he was as a defensive coordinator. He
Right.
seemed to really um, accelerate, and just the whole. Um, his father was a really good head coach. Um,
Hmm.
just a lot. I don't know. It's just kind of thing. So I was, still talking about football. So I was watching the Wire all day long. You're kind of watching the Wire, looking for
Yeah.
looking for stories, and then I see this one pop up from the Saints.
Hmm.
Um, Jalen Polk, drafted in in 2024, second round pick by New England, traded to New Orleans, retired 2026. So I don't know. All I know is that he stepped away for a while because of personal reasons. I don't know.
Hmm.
That's all I got. He said he's moving
Yeah.
on to the next chapter of his life. I wish him the best, but I was like, holy cow. Um,
Yeah. That's all they got.
they didn't really
They
go
don't go.
into
Yeah. They didn't go into detail. They just said that he's been placed on the reserve retired list and walks away at 24. Um, Football is hard, ladies and gentlemen. It is a hard sport. It's a demanding sport. It's a mentally and physically pushes you to the limit. And everybody's not built for that, you know. And everybody has their reasons why they play the sport, you know, to help out their families, help themselves, better the lives of the people around them and the people that love them and saw them throughout this whole ordeal. Um, we won't know for sure why until he makes a statement and he says what's going on and whatever the reason and whatever the reason is, we stand behind that 100% because we know how grueling and how difficult that sport is. It's a physical sport. It's a brutal sport. It demands the best out of you at all times. And you have a person on your shoulder that's trying to eat just like you.
right,
So, and you've been doing this since Pop Warner 707. You've been doing this all through college, all the way up to this point. And some people think, I'm not saying this is what he think. This is what some players think that once you get to the NFL, that's you've made it now. So now
right,
you can relax because I've got to the pinnacle of this sport. And the reality is you're just getting started. Once you hit the NFL, you're just getting started because now you have a career and you have to get these numbers. You got to get these catches because now everything you do dictates how much you're worth. So you have to work hard to maintain your value. And it's stressful because you don't have a break. Because if I take a break to mentally reset, my competition in the gym, my
right,
competition out there running drills, my competition is catching with the starting quarterback. So there's never a break. And sometimes when there's not a break physically, you break mentally. And you're like, you know what? This ain't what I thought it was going to be. And I'm just giving a scenario. I'm not sure this is what this guy is thinking. I'm just giving y'all a scenario so that you won't be so confused about what he made it to the end. This is what you work all your life for. Why quit now? Because no one talks about the mental grind. They do. Players talk about it, but we seeing it from a perspective from when they was a rookie in the NFL until year, whatever it is that they're at now. But we have to take it all the way back to when they started. This has been their dream, but you never know that your dream is hard work like that. To be one of the elite, you got it never stops. And I think sometimes, Tony, it's just that, you never get that break because even in the off season, you have to go train because your
Yep.
replacement is in the gym training. So
Yep.
there's never a break. So I think that sometimes some people just can't take or they can't keep up with the grind of what professional football is.
No, absolutely. I totally agree. Before we got a few minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
They made an announcement. Saratoga Springs, Churchill Downs, New York Racing Association announces a 6 championship series starting next year. It's going to have your Kentucky Derby, your
Uh-huh.
Belmont, your Preakness, but they're going to add 3 more and make it some kind of um, super setup. They'll be speaking about it more. I mean, there's been some speculation about the Preakness moving back to 3 weeks after the Derby, to an effort to convince owners and trainers to enter these horses in the races. I think they're trying. They're trying to, like, for horse racing. It's hard to compete with the casinos, and
Yeah.
there's people that like me that really like horse racing. It's a whole thing, but a lot of times it doesn't move fast enough for other people to get involved. So I think
Mm-hmm.
what I read into this was they're trying to make it because the Preakness, the Kentucky Derby, and the Belmont, those 3 weeks of racing, everybody's involved. And I think they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to get everybody involved for another 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Because really, it's two
Right.
weeks between each one. So they own 90 days. So I think they're trying to own about 180 during that dead time. And it's a good
Mm-hmm.
time because basketball's what I mean? It's this
Yeah,
weird
basketball is
baseball's just getting going and
yeah.
it doesn't get yeah. So there's a lot. There's just so I thought that was a really good move. Don't forget,
Mhm.
guys, if you guys want to reach out to us, hit us up Facebook, um, Cam Radio's page or the Sportsbook page. Either one, we'll get back with you. Not a problem. And don't forget if you to go by some of our local businesses like Big Robbie's on Barksdale, beautiful pool hall. If you want to take a nice spot to go to, grown folks, you and your girl want to go shoot some pool, or you and the guys, a great place. And then don't forget to go see Once Upon a Diamond on the corner of Fairfield and Piermont. Tell them Tony G and Big Lou sent you. Maybe they'll knock you off a little. They got a great set of jewelry. They sell Rolexes, they sell Omega, whatever. Got an engagement
Yeah.
ring. Go check them up. And these are businesses, and we'll be adding some more. We got some more on our list. We'll be adding some more. If you want to be on the list, hit us up. We have no problem talking about you. I'll even put you in one of my drops. We do drops every day, all the time on the radio station. We can definitely squeeze you in there. All right, guys. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank Big Lou and everybody at our KM family. Thanks for tuning in every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Tony G, Big Lou on the biggest station in the land, AM Radio, where we go ham.
Hell.
Boom.